We're rolling around at the speed of sound.
What's up, everybody? Welcome, one and all. Happy Saturday, April 31st.
Yes.
Or May 1st, or whatever day you're watching this on. Could be Sunday, the Lord's Day. Could be Monday, the Moon's Day.
Garfield Day.
Tuesday. Who's Tuesday named after? This is the one I always forget. You know, all the days of the week are named after like some ancient god, right? Thursday
I didn't
is.
know that.
You didn't know?
No.
Thursday is named after Thor. It's Thor's day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Saturday is named after Saturn. Saturday.
Oh.
Sunday is the sun. Monday is the moon. Wednesday is Odin's Day.
Oh.
Odin's Day. Tuesday and Friday. Those are the tricky ones. Those are the ones I can't remember.
Tuesday. Should I Google it? Or should we
No, because the answer, I've looked it up before and you can be like, oh, okay, well, not everything can be interesting.
As the earth is carbon bombed by poisons, I keep it safe, I keep it clean, I keep it here inside with Mega64antine.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's your little day of the week history for you, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us today.
What's popping?
What is popping, Johnny? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired, but I'm going to try to, bring the noise.
I feel like every podcast you come in here telling with a qualifier.
That I'm tired.
I'm tired. I just got beat up, or I got into a fight with my stepdad, and or my little sister is missing. There's always some issue with you.
I think most of the time I am just tired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to get my diet back in order. I need to get in a good sleep cycle. Leave a comment down below if you have a bad sleep schedule.
Yeah. Do that. We have a lot of comments.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's gonna be like, yep, my sleep schedule's
Me too.
fucked up.
Me too. How are you doing in the world of coronavirus with the pandemic? We're all vaccinated.
Yeah.
Coronavirus basically over here in America, as it has been declared.
I had a really weird moment the past couple of days because the CDC has stated that you can go maskless outside.
Yeah.
Just not in if you're in a crowd or something, put a mask on.
Yeah.
And I've been trying so hard to try it out. I'm walking to my car. Maybe I'll just, go maskless. And it feels terrible. And it made me kind of realize, I think as a society, we're going to all have this collective PTSD. And it freaked me out.
Really?
I know you don't have too much of an issue. I see you, going from the car.
You outing me, bro?
Once
once I got vaccinated, I felt very, I don't know, felt safe, honestly. Felt protected. I had the Pfizer in me. I got that 96%
I got the Pfizer.
Effective rate, which means I can still get it, but I won't die from it. And I can still spread it to other people. But if they have the vaccine, they won't die from it.
I think it's just, maybe it's because I know the masks don't protect me from other people. It's other people being protected from me. It just feels like,
well, the masks offer a level of protection.
Yeah.
I can't believe we still have to go over this. But they are more effective when they are blocking the person from exhaling the germs. Yeah.
So it feels like I feel almost protected when I'm wearing it.
That's fine.
So when I take it off, I feel naked almost. And it's crazy how that has happened in a year, how much my brain has changed. And I feel like they'll be with me for a long time too.
A year ago, 2 years ago, year and a half ago or something, I started taking these extracurricular acting classes here in San Diego. People out there, maybe I've been pursuing acting as a hobby, just as a side interest here, to explore, what the world of an actor is like and see how other people run their productions, make their movies, and do their commercials. And part of pursuing that was taking some proper professional training. Mm-hmm. I did theater as a youngster, but how do you go into auditions now? How do you handle yourself on a professional set?
Yeah.
And just kind of brushing up on your acting chops. So I was taking this acting class, and in 4 weeks, the acting class will be returning to in-person
Holy shit.
classes.
Okay.
I've been doing Zoom classes this whole pandemic every week. And I was talking to my teacher. I think it was like me and 2 other people out of maybe 20 were the only ones who hung in over Zoom. And I said, I remember on our last class, when class was dismissed, the whole group stood outside the building talking about like where to get toilet paper. Because at the time, nobody had any toilet paper and they couldn't find any. So
how do you feel about, like, do you feel confident about it? I know you just said like you feel like.
Yeah, I'm vaccinated and everybody in the class is vaccinated.
Are they going to go mask off?
Probably, yeah.
Fuck, dude. See, that gives me so much anxiety.
It's going to be in an open space. So,
okay.
Yeah, I guess we're returning to normal.
Yeah, it's hard because like.
I mean, I'm vaccinated. What else can I say? What else am I supposed to do? I'm vaccinated. Yeah. Everybody's vaccinated. What
Not
else
everyone.
are we waiting for? No, in my acting class, in our bubble, in our pod, we're all vaccinated. So what else
that's fucking awesome.
What other precaution is there to take?
I didn't know that.
Honestly, I'm wondering.
They were all vaccinated.
Yeah, teacher and everybody in the class.
Then you're fucking 100% good. Like the CDC even says like you're good. Like that's awesome. And I love that. That's probably my favorite thing that's been happening towards this portion of the pandemic where it's like, oh, we can get like small groups together if we're all vaccinated and not be worried. But I definitely have something in the back of my head that I'm trying really hard to suppress it.
Well, I might know what it is, honestly, because I have some news stories here.
Yeah.
That are going to blow your mind, Johnny.
Oh, shit.
And I'm afraid this first news story pertains to exactly what you're talking about, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, Pfizer, you heard of these guys? They have confirmed fake versions of the vaccine are being distributed in Mexico and Poland. Yes, that is right. You heard it correctly.
That's why that guy fucking smacked the shit out of that guy that last week.
There are these criminal assholes out there, these corporate scumbags trying to make a buck, and they are selling counterfeit vaccines. And Pfizer has come on the record saying they're using our labels, but this is not the Pfizer vaccine. In Poland, it was found to be anti-aging wrinkle treatment that they were injecting into people, telling them it was a coronavirus vaccine.
Be good for you.
And in Mexico, they didn't say what it was, but they said it was non-harmful, but also provided no protection against coronavirus. Could you believe? I mean,
there's been a ton of shenanigans with the vaccine.
I believe it. I'm surprised and I'm shocked, and yet I'm not. Just that there are people out there that would try to make a buck by scamming and endangering the lives of thousands of people, and yet the depths to which the human lowlife will sink knows no bounds. And you can always rest assured that in a time of crisis, somebody will come out to prey on the weak.
Yes.
That's amazing. So fake vaccines out there. If you're going to Mexico or Poland to get your vaccine, I'd be careful. I'd stick to the good old Walgreens down the street.
I don't know if you actually grabbed this article. I could stop if you did, but did you hear about those hackers?
No, what hackers?
Oh, apparently some hackers got into like the vaccine, like their website, their database.
Really?
Yeah, and was like fucking with dosage, like who was able to get sent doses and stuff.
Oh.
I didn't read the full article, but apparently it was like IBM had something where they were able to get in there and
IBM hacked their way in to get everybody vaccinated, huh?
Yeah. No, some hackers hacked IBM, I think.
I have some more news stories here, but I want to pause and talk about something that's been ongoing with this show for a few weeks, and that is the great butt bungee controversy.
Is there more?
Well, not really, but just Johnny has, in the last few weeks, having cathartic videos where he shows people getting insanely injured. And I'm wondering
today.
What you have for us today. Do you have any?
I mean, okay, so last week I looked at the comments and there was like a unanimous like pushback of people being like, no, shut up. Johnny, play like let your freak flag fly.
Okay.
Play these fucked up videos. So
All right.
I didn't go as hard, but I got a couple of
Well, you know what? Here's the thing.
bops. Yeah.
Just a proper warning goes a long way because you were springing those on me and the unsuspecting public out there. All right, so let's see what the Johnny's Bops are.
Okay.
It's a new segment called Johnny's Bops.
Yeah. This one needs a little setup. So I've been getting a lot of this week a lot of people sent me stuff, but
wonderful.
Everything is always from let me keep on here. Everything's always from Canada. I don't know what's happening in Canada right now, but people are wiling out. And it's kind of insane.
Our neighbors to the Great White North. Canadians have a reputation for having a good sense of humor and knowing how to cut loose and have fun.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
Oh, shit.
Guy who...
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. So what is this video?
So I don't fully know, but this guy in Canada, anti-masker, it starts off a little strange, but towards the end, it kind of picks up.
Is there sound or is it muted?
There should be sound.
Okay. I don't. Whoa. Hey.
Oh, there's no sound.
Spoiler alert.
Fuck it.
All right. You can start it from the beginning. Okay. I don't know what's going on here.
The video didn't. Yeah, the video doesn't have sound.
That's all right. Yeah, so tell us what's happening here.
I think this guy was like not wanting to wear a mask.
Okay.
In this Canadian supermarket. And I think the police showed up and started detaining him. And I wish there was sound because in this video he starts screaming about how they're taking away his rights and liberties and stuff.
So you've seen this with sound?
Yeah, I think I just accidentally grabbed it without sound.
Oh no.
But I could play a different video
It's fine.
If we want.
Well, I want to see the action happen. You know, I'm a fan of wrestling, as you know.
Yeah.
I like a good hardcore match, a good body slam.
Yeah.
Good amateur wrestling match here.
We're getting a good shot of these apples right now.
They got good apples. They got good produce.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, Jesus.
And then he gets fucking...
It looked like he was holding a weapon or something. Yeah. He definitely has something in his hand.
Yeah, what is that? Is it keys? It looks like a roll of quarters. And yeah, and this is this part. He's like, "You're taking away my liberties!" Like he starts screaming and shit.
It's like a pipe or something.
Yeah,
like upside down hand, piece of metal. He's like jabbing and making a stabbing motion with it.
Maybe for the edited version, I'll put the audio back in.
This guy's strong as a bear.
Dude, he's strong as fuck.
He's like lifting 3 guys off of him.
This keeps happening in Canada. Remember that video I showed you of the guy in the tire shop? That was from Canada, where the cops came and started detaining him exactly like this.
I wouldn't want to rumble with somebody from Canada.
Me either.
I feel like they're that big burly type. Even internally, a little guy like this, he's got so much fight and so much strength in him. Dude, wow, look at that. He's crawling on the ground. They can't even get the weapon out of his hands.
The cops. Oh, okay.
Oh, face a plant. That's,
all right.
Yeah, see, I mean, the common person isn't trained in how to properly push somebody's face into the ground and snuff them out like that. So.
Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, well, you could deal with the professionals here. These guys don't mess around. They didn't call the amateur cops. They called the pros.
Yeah, something about this being silent made it like way more eerie to me. I don't know.
Because we had to fill in the awkward silence.
Should I play another one or do you want
Yeah, sure. Let's see what else you got.
Okay.
What is this? Dr. Fauci?
I think this is on the news.
Dr. Fauci. Give us vaccines.
Give us vaccines.
Help all the people who have been quarantined.
So nasally.
We'll wear our masks and we'll have.
Is he wearing a 64 mask?
Dude, I've watched this video like 8 times. I keep thinking he's wearing a Mega 64 mask.
Mega 64
I don't know
mask?
if it's so pixelated.
Resistant. We'll wash our hands and we'll be more resistant.
Bro.
Fauci.
Is that a motherfucking
I don't think it is. It looks like a heart.
Yeah, but it's so pixelated.
Yeah. Dude, that's. I think it might be.
Yes.
Promise us, please. We'll have a cure that can fight off this disease. Restrictions will lift with some ease.
Ooh,
Dr.
flat.
Fauci, don't forget me.
Dude, there's a whole crowd.
Vaccinate. Can I hear that one more time?
Sure.
You gave a little stank on it.
Dr. Fauci,
Fauci.
give us vaccines.
Boom, boom.
Help all the people who have been quarantined.
Boom, 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 boom.
We'll wear our masks and we'll have to stay distant. We'll wash our hands and we'll be more resistant.
Oh my God.
Fauci,
This makes me want to get
promise
COVID.
us, please. We'll have a cure that can fight off this disease.
Dude, that's a 64 mask, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Dr.
For sure.
Fauci, don't forget me.
This guy's pro Fauci.
Dude, yeah.
I had to review the song because I wasn't really paying attention. But
Yeah.
he's pro Fauci. I do believe that is a Mega64 mask.
He is an internet soldier from way back. Shouts out to him.
If you're watching this episode, son,
Dude, yeah.
drop us a line in the comments or hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can find us. We have to get you on this show.
Yeah, please, like, also write a song for us and do the card thing.
We're going to make you a superstar because you deserve it.
For real.
Dr. Fauci, it's catchy. Send me vaccines. Bum, bum, bum. I don't remember the rest.
I don't either.
All right, I got a news story for you. Covering all the COVID news here. They did a study. This was amazing, actually. And when I heard this, I smelled bullshit. But what do I know? Because I'm not a scientist. I'm just a stupid old regular guy. They did a study that found that COVID is less likely to affect cigarette smokers. Can you believe that?
I'm going to 7-Eleven right now.
A viral lung disease is less likely to affect you if you smoke cigarettes. Well,
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna start smoking again.
turns out that study was officially retracted this week when it was discovered that 2 out of the 3 scientists who co-wrote the study had heavy ties to the tobacco industry.
Oh my God.
Just another case study in how fucking evil the corporations in America truly are. You know, it's been a while since we've had a good story about the evil tobacco industry.
Yeah.
In fact, nobody even smokes anymore. I quit smoking. All the millennials out there quit smoking.
No.
The Zoomers never even picked it up.
No,
because they're too
like
fucking
vaping.
cool, and we're all about vaping.
They jewel.
You probably thought the days of hearing about the evil tobacco industry were long behind us until COVID strikes and the tobacco industry funds a study that says you're less likely to get COVID if you smoke cigarettes. That is some trying to jack up the sales of cigarettes bullshit right there.
I want to read the article. It's like, oh, your lungs are coated in tar, so it just bounces COVID around and you're good.
The study claimed that there was a positive side to smoking cigarettes amid the coronavirus pandemic.
I think it would kill you faster, right? Like your lungs would be so fucked up.
It makes your lungs weaker.
Yeah.
It makes you compromised. Potential conflict of interest was brought to the attention of the editors, and the study was retracted. Wasn't that lovely?
Yeah, I didn't think that they could, get any lower. The tobacco industry.
I'm telling you, we have fake vaccines this week. We have tobacco industry funded COVID studies that tell you to smoke cigarettes to avoid getting COVID.
Dude.
Here's a story that is truly bizarre. It's kind of depressing, but it's from San Diego, our own backyard. Ooh. And so I feel like it's our duty to share it. A 29-year-old woman was killed this week when a man jumped off a building and fell onto her. The headline says 2 die when man jumps off building, lands on a woman near parking structure near Petco Park.
You guys said the butt bungee was fucked up?
This woman was walking down the street holding hands with her companion, as the story says, when out of nowhere, a guy who jumps off a 9-story parking structure just lands right on top of her.
Do they know if he was trying to kill himself?
Yeah, he was suicidal.
Damn.
And the companion was completely uninjured.
Really?
You're holding hands with somebody and then they just get clobbered out of nowhere and they're done.
That's fucking scary. That happens in New York a lot.
The police sergeant, San Diego Police Sergeant David Yu, released a statement about it. And he basically said, me and my colleagues were talking about it. Life is very unpredictable and very precious.
In New York, a lot of times people's AC units will fall out of their windows and hit people. Also, in places that get very heavy snowfall, icicles can just fall from a really high building and fucking take someone out.
Walking down the street and you just get clipped by some garbage falling on your head.
Scary.
Or a, mentally unstable person.
I'm still stuck. I don't know why I'm still stuck on that cigarette thing. I was like this close. I was like, you read the headline and I was literally like, let's pause this and get cigarettes.
Johnny.
That's how quick I am to get back into smoking.
Wow.
Yeah, I just need the smallest fucking flick into the wrong direction.
All right. Well, let's wipe this thing clean.
Okay.
I have more of a wholesome story here. It is about a police chase and an arrest.
Okay.
Man arrested after 4-mile-an-hour police chase, which involved a narrow boat on Leicester's Grand Union Canal for 8 miles.
It was a boat chase?
So I believe this, correct me if I'm wrong, audience. I believe this is from England.
Ooh.
Leicester. I didn't do too much of my research here.
Yeah.
But apparently a man was arrested after he was chased by a police officer on a bicycle. This guy was on a narrow boat in a canal going 4 miles an hour. 4 miles an hour.
Okay. I'm trying to get like a mental image.
Yeah, 4 miles an hour. So it's about this fast.
Yeah.
Going across your screen. Well, the cop on a bike chasing him for 8 miles. 8 fucking miles.
There's a, in the Reno 911 movie, there's a cart chase at the end that's just on 2 golf carts going really slow. And that's what it's reminding me of.
Yeah, this was even slower. And I wanted to share what he was charged with. Shit, I cut it off. But it was something crazy like assault and violating like a restraining order.
Okay.
So this dude was into some serious shit and then just got on the slowest boat in town and was taken down by a bicycle cop,
did he like hop onto the boat?
Kind of badass, kind of hilarious. The officer patiently followed the boat on his bike along the Grand Union Canal in Leicester to Glen Parva, where his colleagues were waiting in undergrowth and were able to detain the suspect when he returned to dry land to negotiate a lock. So they were hiding in a bush. And when he like pulled off to try to negotiate a lock, which I assume means unlock something, they jumped out of the bush and nabbed him.
Okay.
Good for them.
Shouts out.
We're going to bring it back to America now. Back to New York City.
Yes.
Where the Parks Department will from now on be revoking permits for future hardcore shows.
Yes.
At Tompkins Square Park. After last week's show was falsely submitted as a 9/11 memorial and over 2,000 people showed up to form a mosh pit. Yes, we have a video of this event.
Yo, shouts out to the hardcore band Madball for making this happen. This is the most insane shit ever.
You used to live in New York.
Yeah, I've been in that park.
You
I've
go
been
to these
there.
hardcore, they have a lot of hardcore shows in Tompkins Park?
No.
So this is a rare event. But I guess they have a lot of 9/11 memorials because that was greenlit by the city.
Oh my
Show
God.
the people at home what this 9/11 memorial looked like.
Yeah, we're gonna have to show it with no sound just because
it's copyright song.
Yeah. Yeah, so Madball is a pretty big hardcore band. I always see people wearing their shirts.
God, I wish we had the sound because they said this song was called something like.
I mean, I could start over with the sound if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. Play it. Just so we get the beginning here. Then maybe you can mute it halfway through. This one's called Lockdown. All my brothers and sisters have been locked down.
Oh my God. I'm gonna mute it here. That's cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dude.
So you can just take a look here. I'll read the story while this video plays.
Clip is fucking like both sides of my brain go, this clip rules and is also shitty.
So the officials of New York are upset that this event took place on Saturday with no masks, no social distancing, or any other apparent measures to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Among those concerned were people with the power to inflict consequences on the promoter. A spokesperson for the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation said, "We are moving to revoke all permits for this organizer and related future events." The report also suggests the hardcore shows violated the terms of its permit and were held under the false pretenses because the application said it was billed as a September 11th memorial.
They're celebrating right now. They're spin kicking for 9/11 right now.
If the fucking Taliban comes down here, let's show these motherfuckers what we're gonna do to them.
I don't know. Hardcore dancing makes me laugh so hard. I don't. You've noticed on the show, I've done it a bunch.
Yeah, so, I mean, the hardcore dancing holds a special place in my heart, too. I never really participated in it, but I was definitely there at shows watching this stupid shit go down.
Yeah.
And, it's good old wholesome fun until somebody gets spin kicked in the face.
Yeah, dude, these fuckers are going crazy right over here.
Yeah.
I grew up in New Jersey as a huge hardcore scene, and there was always these shows in this church basement.
I would get into like a circle pit, you know, where people are just running in a big circle, shoving everybody.
Yeah, that's fun.
Everybody's jumping around, pushing everybody. But the hardcore pit is a little different because, to be fair, it is the most socially distanced of all the mosh pits.
Yeah.
A hardcore pit requires at least 6 feet of social distance for your whirly gigs, your windmill kicks, your spin kicks, your ska kicks, your chicken wings,
your drumsticks, your I don't know,
and all the other traditional moves of this native northeastern United States traditional dance. I wish there were people on the New York Board of Parks with a little bit of culture who could understand how hardcore is the most appropriate show. Well, I guess they lied about being a 9/11 memorial. All right, forget it then.
I'm surprised Gutter Life wasn't there.
Shouts out to Gutter Life.
Shouts out. If you still want to be on the show, hit us up.
Yeah, and bring Madcap with you.
Madball.
Either one.
Yeah.
Either one. So, did you hear about this one, ladies and gentlemen?
Ooh, Jay Leno.
In Washington, D.C., a couple of cop cars were totaled.
Okay.
End of the story. Wait, no, there's more. An internal affairs email was discovered revealing that the cars were totaled because they were involved in an illegal drag race. Yes, I'll say that again.
It's like Fast and the Furious shit where they like
2 cop cars are totaled after officers drag race in them. 2 police cars were totaled after officers decided to drag race each other, according to an internal email obtained exclusively by Fox 5, Washington, D.C.
Don't they have the same make and model of car? How do you even drag race?
What's hilarious? They put the email in here, and it reads like a disappointed church. Sister Mary caught you, breaking the rules at the church. At the church banquet. Yesterday, 260 scout cars were totaled because officers decided instead of fighting crime, this is the internal affairs email.
Wait, it says instead of fighting crime?
Yes. This is the internal affairs email. I will start it over.
Fucking Powerpuff Girls?
This is the email.
Yeah.
Yesterday, 260 scout cars were totaled because officers decided instead of fighting crime, patrolling their beats, or engaging the community, that they decided to drag race each other on Anacostia Avenue at 5 p.m. in the evening.
It sounds like an angry tweet.
What does this say to all the members of the MPD who are passionate about their job to work hard every day and make a difference?
Yeah.
This is not fair to any of us. The email goes on to say, and what good are officers to their fellow officers if they don't arrive safely or they total vehicles that we need to do our jobs?
Where was
Can
this
you
again?
imagine writing this email? You're the boss of this fucking police department, and this is the internal email.
Oh my God.
This was obtained and discovered by the news department. This wasn't like submitted as a public apology. Okay, Johnny?
Yeah.
This was not a public facing email released to, the press.
Yeah.
This was a private email
that got leaked
sent amongst the police departments. How how does it make us look if you're crashing your cars when what about the cops that want to be passionate about doing a good job? And you're out here drag racing. Come on, guys. Bad luck on everybody.
I'm trying to think who would have to write that email. It'd probably be like the captain. Like just some like old ass cop would have to write that shit.
Do I even need to point out the hypocrisy of if two teenagers were caught drag racing and they totaled their cars?
Jail.
Let alone if they were police vehicles and government property. The penalties that would be enforced on them, and these guys got an email. Come on, this makes us all look bad.
Come on,
Stop
guys.
drag racing and crashing your cop cars, guys.
Guys, you gotta do some more copping.
All right, so that's just a funny story. This one's actually really interesting, but I'll pause.
Ooh.
Why not? Shop.mega64.com.
Yeah, fucking yeah, go for it.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
Go there, buy some stickers or a shirt. Let us know if you want to see any Mega64antine merchandise in there. Perhaps a Nutter's Coffee sticker. I don't know if you can see that. This isn't for sale. We made these for ourselves.
Yeah. We made them really small.
It's all depends on beauty and size is in the eye of the beholder. It's a big sticker to me.
Yeah, as a short guy, I agree.
Do you have more videos for
Yeah.
us?
Let's see what I got. You gave me some videos as well, so I have some of those.
Oh yeah, I have a video. Check this out. This is a great video. Kind of an anti-masker. Debatable. It's a new kind of mask. Johnny, you showed me the mask that had the hole cut in it. You
Yeah.
showed me the mask that had the netting for the face.
Yeah.
I raised the ante with the fake painted on mask.
So I'm hyped.
This is an Instagram influencer who lives in
Fuck
Bali.
This shit.
She is a, like a Instagram babe.
Yeah.
But this is her first public prank that she's done in a while.
This makes me so mad.
Did she paint her mask? Is that a real mask?
No, that's a real mask.
Are you sure?
That's a real
Oh my god.
Use a real one though. Is it yourself? No problem.
Yeah, it's so convincing. It's so convincing.
This makes my blood boil.
Oh, it's not real. This girl seems like totally unconcerned about it.
The security didn't stop you at all.
No, we passed it.
This chick's like, I'm going home. I'm gonna paint shit on my face.
High five. I'll do that next
Oh
time.
my god. Dude, she's so hype.
Dude, she is a good influencer. Literally, they just meet her on the street like, I'm going to do that.
Dude, how many years until there's like Halloween costumes based on COVID?
That's it, Johnny.
Dude. That fucking sucks.
Next level.
fuck that.
I'm sorry because when I show an anti-masker video, it just ends in somebody giving him a high five. They don't get brutally tackled,
mine's
face planted.
They fucking get like annihilated in mine.
All right, check this out. They just did this experiment where they took, in France, they got a bunch of volunteers to spend 40 days in a cave.
Okay. With bats?
No. I'm trying to find the name of the cave here, but basically 40 days in a cave with no way of telling time.
Okay.
No clocks, no communication devices, and no windows to the outside world. So they had their own electricity.
All right.
But they had just no way of telling time. The point of this experiment was basically they felt like, they want to know how humans can survive in extreme conditions.
Okay.
And they say, like, for the evolution of humans, perhaps going into space, or if a catastrophe happens and we all have to move underground for whatever post-apocalyptic situation, how would people react down there? They found that after pulling the volunteers out after 40 days in a cave, most people were not aware that the 40 days were up. They thought that it had come way sooner than they wanted. In fact, 2/3 of the people wanted to stay in the cave longer.
What the fuck?
When they came to announce the end of the experiment after 40 days in the cave, it was kind of a shock. I remember thinking like, oh no, already? Said one of the volunteers. Time went by so fast. I still had so many things I wanted to do in the cave.
These were French people?
These are people from all over the world, but
Okay.
the cave was in France. And sometimes when I print these articles out, they get skewed because of ads and stuff. And so like I had the name of the cave here and some pictures of it, but it all kind of got messed up. They were asked to eat, sleep, and wake whenever they felt it was natural. And as a result, everyone ended up living according to their own personal schedules.
I can see that, yeah.
When the experiment came to an end, one person interviewed said she thought she had been in the cave for 29 days because that's how many sleep cycles she had experienced.
Whoa.
Other people in the group said they had thought they were on day 23. Another person thought they were on day 31. Everyone was on a different sleep cycle, but across the board, most people slept less than once a day.
Yeah, there were probably moments where they slept like midday and didn't even know.
Had no idea.
Yeah, I could see that being freeing. I could understand why some people would be down with that.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I'm the type of person I would volunteer to do this and I would just try to do something creative. I'll work on some writing, I'll do a screenplay or some shit. I'll just meditate or do something down there. I'll draw. I'll read a bunch of books that I've been waiting to pack away.
I lived in a basement for a little while, and I mean that drove me actually insane, like not having windows or anything. So I'm confused. Like I wonder how. It sounds like they all had positive experiences, but I always felt that like with lack of sunlight, you kind of go through some weird shit.
They said that they all had jobs like fetching water, clearing out trash and stuff like that. And all of those tasks needed several people. So they said the most difficult part was getting the group coordinated to accomplish those tasks because everybody was sleeping on their own schedules.
Okay.
They're like, whenever you woke up, you never knew who else would be awake and what would be expected of you or needed of you. People were just dropping all over.
Yeah, when I lived in the basement, I remember like that was the hardest part, like waking up in the morning and it not feeling like morning.
Yeah.
Would like actually, I'd feel like unsettled a little bit.
Well, one person interviewed, a man named Johann Francois, a math teacher and sailing instructor, said sometimes during the experiments, he had visceral urges to abandon the experiment and would have to run 10,000 meter circles just to stay active.
Okay.
I mean, they had a massive cave system down here and he would just run around like crazy just to wear himself out because he just wanted to get the fuck out of there. Still, he admitted the experience had its benefits. With no daily obligations and no children around, the challenge was to profit from the present moment without ever thinking about what will happen in 1 hour or in 2 hours. Just to be present.
Sorry, I'm like genuinely interested in this. Like, this is really cool. Like,
yeah, I thought so too. I mean, I printed out the whole story here.
Yeah, like when I had no windows, like that feeling when you take a nap midday and you wake up, it's nighttime.
I hate that feeling.
Yeah, imagine that, but it's the morning. Like you don't, because it just seems like it's nighttime when you have no windows. Like that would, like it used to drive me crazy. And I assume it's like that for them, where it's like, oh, it's just dark.
It said the cave dwellers, 7 women and 8 men of different ages and backgrounds, were volunteered for the Deep Time Research Project led by the Human Adaptation Institute based in France to gauge how humans would adapt to extreme environments with no ability to measure time. Our future as humans on this planet will evolve, said project coordinator Christian Clot. We must learn to better understand how our brains are capable of finding new solutions.
Yes.
It was dark, cold, and wet in the cave, and about 10 degrees Celsius most days with 100% relative humidity and no natural light.
That would make me go insane.
The participants had no access to clocks, phones, no communication devices, had no idea what time it was or even what day it was, no way to find out what was happening in the outside world. It's like being in an isolation pod. The only technology was cameras and devices used to track movement and measure sleep patterns. When they came out of the cave, the sunlight was blinding and they had to wear special sunglasses.
Fuck. I wonder if they had to take like certain vitamins, because I know you don't get a lot of vitamin D when you're not near the sun.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was only 40 days.
Yeah,
it was only
true.
40 days. For me, the most amazing part is how quickly they lost track of time.
Yeah.
40 days, and they, a lot of people thought it was half that time. They were only down there for a month and a half. They were down there for 6 weeks, and it felt like 3.
I mean, if you locked me in here without a clock, I would immediately get fucking, like, I wouldn't know what time it is. Like, or like after a while, I'll start to think it's the next day.
You ever hear that story about that Japanese World War II soldier who was discovered in 1972 or something, and he still thought the war was going on?
No, I never heard that.
So you can look this up. I think it was the 70s. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because World War II was in the 40s.
Yeah.
And Japan was fighting all over the Pacific and taking islands and stuff. And sometimes platoons would be wiped out. Sometimes they would abandon.
Sorry, there's Godzilla movies about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it really happened.
There's one where that's happening on an island and they find a dinosaur. And
Yeah.
it becomes Godzilla. And
I'm glad I could spike your interest
I got
in
really
this
excited.
true story.
Yeah.
So this soldier was the last member of his platoon, and his commanding officer said basically like, you stay here until I
Okay.
come back to relieve you. And he never came back. And the guy stayed there for 30 something years. And they like discovered him in the 60s or 70s, and he was still like ambushing and defending the island. And they couldn't get close. And they had to get his original commanding officer to come and relieve him and tell him like,
That's wild.
They would try to tell him like, the war is over. You lost. And he wouldn't believe it. And he was like, no, my country would never surrender. That's a fucking lie. And imagine having to be the commander who's like, no, we lost. I'm sorry.
Dude,
I should have told you 30 years ago.
Yeah, what the fuck was he doing?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, shit happens like that.
I don't know
anymore,
because, I was going to say maybe that time passed quickly, but then again, he had the son.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he was very aware of tracking it. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I just
he was
feel like,
probably so old.
yeah,
by the end of that
being
too.
abandoned on an island. Well, you're like in your 20s when you get enlisted. So
Yeah.
probably like 40, 50 years old, something like
That's
that.
still crazy. Like,
It's your whole fucking life.
yeah, on an island. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
That'd make a good
but,
movie.
But then again, he was not in a cave, so he probably knew the whole time, thinking, where the fuck is my boss? I need to get out of here. Buying houses is tough. They're too expensive. One person, an artist actually, in New York City, faked being a billionaire so that she could visit all of the most expensive apartments in New York City.
Sounds like a Nathan for you bit.
Just so she could photograph them and turn it into a coffee table book.
That's so smart.
Yeah. And I looked at some of the photos and let me fucking tell you guys,
Oh, dude, yeah.
you think like, hey, being a billionaire, could it really be that great? New York, how bad? Dude, you look at the view of New York City from these apartments and the architecture is stunning. And like the interior design of these buildings is stunning. The way the windows like are just so vast and expansive. It's like, oh my God, it's like a marble palace overlooking New York City. And you're like, holy shit, dude, like being rich, you're really part of another world.
In film school, there were a lot of rich kids.
Yeah.
And I knew this one kid, people would always want to film in his apartment because he had an apartment in fucking Manhattan, which you have to be pretty, like, that's like a couple thousand a month
Yeah.
to live there. And he was like pretty high up in this building and he had a balcony. And when you went out into the balcony, it was like kind of like this view where you were like, you just saw all the gigantic buildings like next to you. And you felt like you were in fucking Blade Runner. It was like breathtaking. That's the only way I could describe it. I was like blown away by the view.
This woman, I was trying to find how old she was because I was kind of interested in that because they kind of talk about what she did to convince these people that she was a billionaire, not a millionaire, billionaire. She got her friend to pose as an antiquarian from Budapest.
Okay.
And pretend to be her husband. So he deals in rare antiques and things from possibly the ancient world, and he's from Budapest. Okay, so foreign, luxurious job for a husband. Check. Invented a 21-month-old baby, whatever that means. So borrowed somebody's baby and said it was their baby.
Is that invented?
Invented a baby, a personal chef, and a personal assistant named Coco. So if you show up somewhere with your antique dealing husband, a baby, a personal chef, and your assistant Coco, you basically look like a billionaire. And apparently she also blew her entire savings from, she had an art residency and was creating this for her residency. And they gave her money and she blew the entire allowance from the residency on manicures, makeup, and clothes. Because, you got to look good and it's expensive. You got to look expensive. Anyways, from one story on that side of the spectrum to the other, there is a town in Italy that is selling houses for $1. And and you could get them.
Fuck.
That's right. Go to the Sicilian town of Castiglione de Sicilia and buy a house for €1, which is roughly $1.20. Now, all the houses are located in the oldest part of town. They're mostly crumbling. Some of them are falling down. And they've all been abandoned because of the coronavirus pandemic. Abandoned or everybody died. I'm not quite sure. Perhaps something was lost in translation.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
All right. We go to Italy. We buy like 10 of these houses.
Okay.
And we make a fucking movie, like a zombie movie or something. Like we just have like crumbled Italian houses. And we make a cool ass movie.
You could. I mean,
right?
These houses look radical.
Yeah, no one steal that idea. I'm going to do that.
If there's no interest, if they can't sell all the houses, then they'll just auction them off as a batch to the highest bidder. So maybe we should wait and see if these dollar houses get picked up. And if not, we'll just buy the whole town for like $100.
Dollar houses.
Yeah. Dollar houses in Italy. $1 billion apartments in New York. Take your pick.
Ooh.
This next news story is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher who got drunk and took students to a strip club on school trip is banned from teaching for 3 years. Teacher who got drunk and took his teachers to a strip club is banned from teaching for 3 years, which means freshman year. Awesome. Until Mr. Jones got banned from teaching. But when he comes back for senior year, fuck yeah, baby, we're gonna rage.
Senior week is gonna be fucking awesome. I had a teacher get fired for buying OxyContin from a kid.
That's amazing.
Under the bleachers. Like, where the fuck? Like, that's the place they're gonna look for you.
This story actually gets better. So Richard Glenn was on a trip with his high school students to Costa Rica, where other people from the school observed Mr. Glenn, who's 55 years old.
What school is going to Costa Rica?
I don't know, especially like right now.
Yeah.
Like, are you even in class?
Yeah, what is it? Is this
fucking
like
distance learning.
Yeah.
He took everybody to Costa Rica. He got drunk with the students.
Cool.
Took them all to a strip club. They're like 16 to 18 years old. I don't know if that's the legal drinking age in Costa Rica, but there are also reports that he exposed his genitalia to another teacher on the trip. But the story explicitly says that it was not aggressive or sexual, which means just for a laugh. Hey, Miss Teresa, we're here, Costa Rica. Whoops.
That sounds aggressive. I imagine he was just like talking and he's like, hey, how are you doing?
Oh, maybe he
God,
was
I'm
like
so sorry.
so drunk.
It
Like,
just fell out.
dude, we just got back from the strip club.
Oh, Mr. Jacobs.
Oh,
your
no, I'm
dick
sorry.
is out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? Give this guy
Mental.
a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years. Just think about what he's done, sort it out. And then you can come back and start teaching math
There's a
again.
picture of him.
They must be really desperate for math teachers, wherever this dude is from.
That guy looks crazy.
I know the camera's far away, but I think you could still tell he looks
Yeah.
like somebody who is down to fucking party.
Yeah, he's got like a Alfred E. Newman kind of gap in his teeth.
Yeah. All right. I got a story that's gonna scare the shit out of you,
Oh,
Johnny.
no.
I got a follow-up.
Fuck.
A follow-up story. Guys, I actually feel like a real journalist.
Really?
Because I think I'm breaking a news story that nobody else in America is covering.
Derek S. Thompson.
Legitimately.
Okay.
CBS,
Oh.
NBC Nightly News is not covering this. This is the second week in a row. You're getting the straight dope from me.
Yeah. You're on the beat.
The fried chicken craze in America is causing the U.S. to run out of poultry.
You
Now-
said this last week.
Yes, I talked to you guys last week about how there is a national chicken wing shortage. But now, what is going on?
Fuck just happened.
What is going on?
Dude, they're trying to shut our show
The
down.
government doesn't want you to know what's happening.
What the fuck? Hold on. Let me fix that.
Can I keep talking about this or should I wait? The popularity of chicken, from sandwiches to chicken tenders to chicken nuggets to chicken wings, is fueling a demand for fried poultry in America that cannot be sustained. KFC says it's struggling to keep up with soaring demand for its new sandwich. And a North Carolina-based chicken and biscuits chain known as Bojangles, ladies and gentlemen, has reported outages of chicken tenders in over 750 locations. What? There are 750 Bojangles out there that can't serve gosh darn diggly dang chicken tenders. KFC can't serve chicken sandwiches. They don't have chicken wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the America that we find ourselves living in right now. And thank you for getting the light on, Johnny. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. I'm going on god dang fucking weird offbeat news sites looking for all the weirdest. Isn't this funny? A woman got hit in the face with a turtle. Oh, isn't this funny? You know, this, that, and the other thing.
Well, when COVID first...
I'm consistently coming across these little funny little news stories about how America's running out of chicken and fried chicken. And I'm like, that's kind of concerning, like legitimately.
I think there's just a genuine meat shortage happening. I remember when COVID started, there was a whole problem with like people, if they're able to work at the factories anymore and all that junk.
Not that I'm a dirty carnist. You know what I mean? There's all these vegans out there that are like, look at this guy, a slave to meat. Look at this guy, addicted to the meats. Yeah, I like myself a good piece of meat.
Yes.
Now and again. And by now and again, I mean like consistently, pretty much every day. But at the same time, I do live with the subtle guilt and extreme existential dread, knowing that the meat industry is fucked up, dude.
Yeah, it's terrible.
The meat industry is fucked up and is like, it's causing so many problems for the planet and is directly contributing to climate change and global warming. I don't want to get into it, but look it up for yourself because you'll find out it's true. And so I feel like it's inevitable, like the Impossible Burger trend. Like
we talked about this last week.
The meat replacements.
Yeah.
Like it's just,
I'm here for it.
It's just something that's inevitably going to happen. I'm here for it too. And not because I have some like agenda, but I just feel like I read the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
I just see the way the world is going and that meat is not sustainable. You know, we can't keep feeding everybody the amount of meat that they desire. There's just not enough meat to go around.
Yeah, well, I want us to like, you know, there's like the same thing with like wood and stuff. Like people always say, oh, you know, hemp can make better paper than wood. And it like, you know, it causes us not to, you know, destroy a bunch of forests and everything. Like I'm totally down for the alternative. And I hope that we start to do that.
Yeah.
I think I don't think we're going to 100% switch over to fake meat, but I think you'll see a sliding scale of like meat will start getting really expensive. The harder it is to,
I think when that happens, we'll switch over 100%.
Oh, yeah.
For me, I'm a realist, and I think that there's a small group of people that will go meatless for ethical reasons and for idealist reasons. I want to save the planet. I'm going to stop eating meat, even though I know me not eating meat doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah.
At least I'm not contributing to the problem. I'm on the other side of it where it's like, I know I'm contributing to the problem, but I also know that I don't have the power to solve the problem as an individual. I can try to contribute to the solution, which means I can try to reduce my meat intake or buy sustainable meat, which I tried to do. And it was so fucking expensive and such a pain in the ass. Like not only was it expensive, but it was time consuming to track it down. I've heard economists and scientists say that when it becomes cheaper and more convenient to have sustainable meat and sustainable fuel, then it won't even be a question. I mean, it'll be cheaper and it'll be more convenient. You'd have to go out of your way to get old-fashioned meat. When that happens, then I think we'll hit the tipping point. Then I think the snowball will grow so big, it'll just steamroll everything and change society. I do believe that it will be inevitable that we switch over, that we just have to abandon meat. Because it's what you said. Like if it becomes more expensive, like I'll save money and just eat the fake meat and also save the planet.
That's also going to happen in a more negative way to like fruits and vegetables, or mostly fruits. Because I mean, the bees are still, you know, dying. God. And over time, it's going to be like, we're going to have to pollinate plants ourselves. And that's going to be such an expensive process that like, you know, flowers are going to be fucking like millions of dollars and like all this shit.
I'll just learn how to grow my own fruit.
Yeah.
Pollinate my own shit. Can we, and then grow my own bees too.
Yeah.
Harvest and breed my own bees. I'm down with that. I wish I was like a smarter, more capable person because I love the idea of being self-sustainable and doing things for yourself. But I also love the idea of being a member of a community and everybody helping each other. So maybe I could join a community of bee farmers and apple fruit growers.
I had a friend who their dad had bees and it was fucking awesome. Yeah. Because it's like you get so much honey for like nothing. Like you just get like barrels of honey.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is awesome.
No, the problem is making money off of it.
Oh, yeah.
And how much you have to sacrifice in order to make a buck, you know?
Yeah.
And to scale up your production and be competitive to the point where I think every major corporation's goal is to be a worldwide distributor. How do I make my business so big that I'm serving everybody in the world? Like I'm the only person who gets to make money off my product. When everybody's trying to be that, the world gets destroyed, you know? Yeah. It's like being in a corporate war zone. I should join a punk band and write lyrics, you know? I'd be awesome.
You should join Madball.
Talking about running out of chicken, here's a guy who couldn't get some chicken. McDonald's. All right, McDonald's. Fuck McDonald's. Do you ever go to McDonald's and you're like late for work and you're like, I want breakfast. Can I get breakfast? And they're like, no, we're not serving breakfast right now. It's lunch. Or vice versa. It's like, I want a burger. Can I get a burger? No, I'm sorry. It's 9 a.m. You can't have a burger.
It's funny. I could tell you haven't gone to McDonald's in a while because they serve breakfast all day now.
Well, check this out, Johnny.
Oh, shit.
First of all, I'm showing my age because I remember when McDonald's did that. And no, I haven't gone to McDonald's in a while. But did you know that McDonald's in England still has breakfast hours and lunch hours?
Fuck.
Because a McDonald's robber demanded chicken nuggets but couldn't get them and had to accept breakfast food because it was still too early for chicken nuggets. That's right.
You're telling me a real life Hamburglar.
A real life, well, he was thwarted and he wanted to be a chicken nuggler.
Chicken nuggler.
Yeah.
Was that Grimace? I don't know.
A man has been jailed for robbing a McDonald's in England and making off with not only cash, but some food. Dude. Unfortunately, he didn't get the food he wanted. Rudy Batten is the name of the man who pled guilty to robbing a McDonald's in February. According to sources, he held the place up at gunpoint so that he could steal the money from the store's safe. But on his way out, demanded some of those famous, irresistible Chicken McNuggets. The guy's holding a gun, by the way. The guy's holding a
Put the chicken in the fucking bag. Like, he's just screaming.
Give me all the fucking money. Put it in the fucking bag. I'll pull your fucking brains out. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Just occurred to me I haven't eaten anything today. Oh, yeah. Mickey D's. God damn it. I'm getting fucking hangry. And you know what I want? Some chicken McNuggets.
Oh, please. I'll do anything.
Yeah? Then put the fucking nuggets in the bag. What are those? Those aren't nuggets. Where are the fucking nuggets? Shh, are you fucking, you want to die right now?
We're only doing breakfast right now, sir. I don't know. We have a hash browns if you want.
I don't want a fucking hash brown. And I'm 2 seconds away from putting a bullet in your brain. I think they offered to cook chicken nuggets for him, but but he didn't want to wait. So he's like, just give me that sandwich over there. Fuck, what sandwich was it? The
chicken sandwich.
A double sausage McMuffin.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I would eat that.
Well, that's what, maybe.
I can't not imagine him with like a curly mustache and like a striped sweater, like a striped.
So he made off with a bag of money and a double sausage McMuffin, but was later arrested and pled guilty. Speaking of police, we do a lot of police stories on this show. We do a lot of stories from New York City on this show. Here's a story about the NYPD. They fired their police dog.
What's his name?
I don't know what his name was, but he happened to be the Boston Dynamics Police dog. You may have remember. First of all, you've seen these Boston Dynamics robots.
They kick the shit out of them.
These things are fucking scary.
Yeah.
It's like, we all hear about how AI is going to take over the planet and wipe out humanity, and we're all scared about it. And then we got these jackasses over in Boston Dynamics on the forefront of making that exact thing happen. They're working on building Terminator. They've made the robot dog.
Yeah.
And then they sent, of all places to send a robot dog, they sent one to the NYPD.
Hey, what the fucking dog? What the fuck is this shit?
Literally, that was the response of everybody in New York. Activists came out of the woodworks, and they're like, they can't give housing to the homeless in New York. They can't they can't raise minimum wage. They can't do affordable housing, but they can do a $94,000 robot dog to give to the police. What are the police gonna do with that robot dog?
Yo.
Make it like hunt people? Fucking, you see the dog like coming to the crime scene?
Hey, fucking Brad Leone, they're trying to replace us with fucking robotic dogs. I'm gonna throw that thing in the fucking Hudson.
That's exactly what happened.
I'm gonna throw that thing in the fucking river.
It got so much bad publicity. People were so outraged about this robot dog. The police department had to retire the dog. I wonder if they put the dog down, just shot it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can kill a robot dog, actually, which was part of the thing that was so fucking terrifying about the robot dog.
And ran
I think the dog is bulletproof.
Yeah.
Thank God that the dog never went sentient, because we'd be saluting President Robot Dog if that ever happened.
That thing's in the Hudson River.
Speaking of President Robot Dog,
Yes.
President Biden, he's killing it, man. He rocks.
Ooh.
You even remember the guy we had before President Biden?
Nope.
Tronald Dump,
Ooh.
or whatever his name was. And that whole Capitol riot thing. What are you laughing at?
It's like the blase, like that, the whole Capitol riot thing.
It's pretty blasé. It's a casual thing, you know. I mean, like, if I was at the Capitol riot, which I wasn't.
No.
But if I was, I would totally brag about it casually, just dropping it on like dating apps like Tinder or Bumble. Well, there was a guy, news story came out, who was at the Capitol riots, who did post about it on his dating app. Turns out the woman he was trying to flirt with, she wasn't a match. So she reported him to the police, and he was arrested.
Hiker, fan of The Office, was part of a riot that entered the Capitol building.
And there's a transcript of their conversation here.
Ooh.
Where he says, she said, she was asking some questions, and it just starts with, "Those weren't the answers to my questions," she says. And he responds, "I did storm the Capitol. I made it all the way into Statuary Hall. Did an interview with Robert O'Mara on the Washington Post. Also did an interview with another person." She replied with, "I don't think we're a match." And he replied with, "I suppose not." And then she reported the police, and he was arrested.
Dude, fuck yeah.
You guys.
He shot his shot, dude.
You guys. Breaking into the Capitol with a mob of people. Some of them were violent. People were killed that day.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the headline.
It was a crime. You post about it on social media, you're going to get busted. That's criminal 101. Don't post about your crime on social media. That's the drug dealer who posts about his drugs and guns on Facebook. He goes to jail too. It's all across the board. This is my last story here. And I thought it'd be a good follow-up to that last story, because it was a story about dating gone wrong. And this is a story about dating gone right.
Okay.
In a way. Sort of. I didn't have a lot of girlfriends growing up.
I did.
You did. I can't relate to this next story. Maybe you can.
I'll try.
Japanese man arrested after dating more than 35 women at once to get birthday gifts.
That is the most non-Japanese thing I've ever heard in my fucking life.
That's probably, I was wondering how this guy was able to get away with it. And I think you hit it on the head. This is so unheard of in Japan.
Yeah.
Nobody saw this coming.
Dude,
Nobody
fuck
saw
yeah.
this. In fact, nobody saw this coming to the point where the guy got arrested for having too many girlfriends. Like, what the fuck?
That guy saw the code. He was like, oh, I could chat up and make some shit happen.
Chad the fuck up. Takashi Miyagawa, a 39-year-old man, allegedly gave different dates for his birthday to each of his 35 girlfriends.
Yeah.
So, and he apparently told them all he wanted a serious relationship from them, which is hearsay and circumstantial evidence. And I'll wait until the trial so that I can hear the witness testimony. Allegedly, he claimed that he wanted a serious relationship. See, when I read this story, I can't help but feel sorry for Takashi.
Dude.
Because
that's the real Takashi's challenge.
You know, propaganda and the media skews this story. The headline, Japanese man arrested for dating more than 35 women at once. What I read is poor bastard gets fucked over when all of his ex-girlfriends get together in epic shit-talking session.
Oh, shit.
Dude, they mixed their texts together. Dude, imagine if every girl you ever dated got into one room to fucking compare notes about your ass, and they had so much dirt on you, they fucking called the cops.
Oh my God. Well, he was dating them all at once, though,
yes,
right?
Imagine dating them all at once.
Imagine walking into a room and seeing 35 people just like arms folded.
Yeah.
Like looking at you. I would fucking scream.
That's the trial. You know, I might, if I was Takashi, I might skip the trial and just say, yo, just put me in jail.
Yes.
Because I don't want to go into a room with all 35 of those girls at the same time. I think I might die of 1,000 death stares.
Did they have a list of like the gifts he received at all? Or I would love to know what he received.
They said that he received cards and presents totaling 100,000 yen.
Holy shit.
Which is roughly 668 euros.
Okay.
Which would be like $1,500.
Yeah.
And a $400 suit. So the guy got arrested for, less than $2,000 worth of birthday gifts, which is a lot, but it's not like he robbed a bank.
I wonder if this guy because in Japan there's host kind of culture where there are like hot dudes that you kind of just like go to a bar and they hang out with you. And I'm wondering if he was a host or something.
No, apparently he met these women while he was working at his job as a shower head salesman. So, I got to get into the shower head industry. You're like, oh, yes, this is our new deluxe shower head. You see it comes off.
All the girls out there know what's up.
You could spray.
All the girls out there know what's up.
We could do a more powerful shower. Yes, it cleans all parts of the body. We could go on the...
all these girls are trying to get free shower heads.
Machine gun mode.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll get you real clean.
Yes, I can get you a discount on a shower head. Yeah,
That's fucking hilarious.
What did they get out of the relationship,
Free shower head.
35 girlfriends. This motherfucker ended up in jail. Well, that's my final news story, and I think that brings us to the end of the episode.
I think it does. This is fun. I like just talking to you about your news stories. That was fun.
Thank you for sticking with us, everybody. We'll be back next week with more Mega64antine. I will say it one more time. Check out shop.mega64.com.
Yes.
Support us if you enjoy this show. Everything you do to support us helps us do what we do here. Another way you could support us, which costs nothing to you except maybe your time and effort. Follow us on social media.
Please.
Go to Instagram. You can find me at Derek Acosta only.
You can find me at catboy_slim.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Gustavo. We'd really appreciate it. You'll see all kinds of crazy stuff we're working on outside of this show. You may even see some artistic creations that I've been cooking up or new side projects, music videos, short films. You never know. There's all kinds of crazy stuff on my Instagram.
There's none of that on mine, but
what do you mostly post?
For me, it's usually no context, weird photos. Like I love just like taking a photo of like a weird thing I find on the ground or something.
Yeah. I mean, you post funny stories. I post funny stories. Everybody does. I post some behind the scenes footage from around the warehouse here. But yeah, I feel like I do a lot of stuff that doesn't really fall into the realm of Mega64 that I'm proud of creatively. So I throw it up on my Instagram, and that's kind of my outlet. If you're interested in that, check it out. If not, go to hell then. What the fuck, man? Nah, it's cool. You do you. Yeah. We appreciate you watching this show. We'll be back next week. Stay safe, get vaccinated.
Please.
Or put a mask on, one or the other.
Yeah.
Or both.
Please.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Good night.